Oh man, oh man, oh man. What is up, beautiful, insistent people? How is it going? It's Monday. It definitely feels like a Monday to me right now. I went to bed at 9 p.m. I slept a long time. I'm still tired. I'm so tired. A lot to do, but these people in the Discord, if you're not in the Discord, then you weren't witness to the brutal bullying, pressuring of the pure variety for me to stream earlier today, and here I am. All right, so you're gonna get me as I am. I'm gonna complain. I'm not gonna yell. I'm gonna let my voice ooze the contentment I have. But no, it should be fun. We're here. We're chilling. I got some fish room work to do. We got some auction stuff to look over. Not a ton, but some. And yeah, whatever else gets down into it. What's up, SBC, Jesse, Scotty, Jody, P, Big Steve was in there earlier. Hey, yo, what's up, Big Steve? Man, Big Steve, he really is the hottest up-and-coming hobbyist breeder and best breeder of Nanochromis transvestitis in the world. It's crazy. It's crazy. I seen him in person recently, and he was glowing. He was practically glowing. Hey, yo, Cam said I could make it early stream. Damn, son. Well, it's only early for you because you're in Alaska. Come on. Why are you awake, actually? Isn't it early for you? Yo, shout out to a couple of fish. We were in a Discord call the other day. The Real Fish Mafia. We were collecting and watching a couple of fish cut rocks, giant rocks, with a huge, dangerous looking saw. It was fascinating. It was fascinating, and honestly, I have no idea. I have no idea how this would be achieved by a mere mortal. He went to his local stone people shop, and they were like, "We can't cut rocks that big." So the solution was, I gotta buy a curb cutter or something and just do it myself. So very fun hanging out with. It was like him, Jody, Corey were on there chatting, watching this rock get cut by a giant ass saw. Jody said that testing tanks to make sure they're clear of ammonia today. Ooh, what's up, Tropical Fish Co? Revving up, come on, man, come on, buy now. Where's the buy now button? This guy said, you have tanks in the water, Jody? I wouldn't know as you're withholding video footage from me. Come on, man. It's a business now, Scotty. Competitive advantage. Gotta keep the cards close. We'll get the footage when they're ready, when they're ready. I'm just watching this new. It's just being silly. Okay. What's up, Trevor? How's it going? Couple fish driving to work. Alright, so... My God, man. Don't drink 3 coffees a day and then just stop suddenly. Don't do it. I'm telling you. I'm trying to get out the caffeine again. That's the wrong time. It's the wrong period of time. But we're going to get through it. So, actually decent amount of breeding update stuff. I actually need to move some fish, some fry, quite soon. I hatched my first annual killifish that I collected the eggs for and all that. Some Northos that I got from Black Planet. So I actually have them up there. They're still in their tray. So we're going to have to do that soon. Just said got a new type of barb today. What kind of barb did you get? In my tanks, the killies at NEC that were rare. Cubanichthes Pingeli, 2 pairs. Okay, I have to look those up. See what's going on. Those are weird looking pupfish like killifish. I'll get my screen share going because we have some auction stuff to go over. I'll probably start with that. Get that out the way. Pretty busy weekend for club meetings and auctions. Somewhat of a too busy weekend. Like the level of competition definitely demolished some auctions as far as attendance and average pricing goes. The other pair was sympathy something. 2 pairs illegal. By the way, that could be a research topic. Brazilian killies in the U.S. Man, the problem with that topic is everyone just argues about. Oh, that's a really pretty one. That one was in London town before, and they claimed it wasn't illegal. Obviously, if they're selling it in their store, they're probably not gonna think that it was illegal. But I don't know, man. I don't know. The problem is the old guys are all got PTSD because someone did get their house raided, so they're all paranoid about it. Who knows about whether or not every other one since then is illegal too. I don't know. I'm not even in the place to get those killie fish yet, so it's kind of like, meh. I don't care yet, but soon. This is that last one you mentioned. What's up, Jorge? How's it going? How is it going? Good sir. Yes, we're here. We're in the building. Look, we got the screen share thing going. Oh my god, it's happening. He's streaming. Sky says Dan says he has ones that aren't illegal either. Got some great deals from CCY auction. Someone was proxy bidding. I got some deals at the Mako meeting. Yeah, I should have had someone proxy bid for me at CCA because there's a bunch of stuff that I was interested in. And it sounds like stuff went pretty low. CCY sounds like it was like a dollar store. Definitely seemed like there was some steals to be had. ACM, there just wasn't that many lots. So like some stuff went at a decent price, but like I think there just wasn't that many things people wanted to like bid against each other over, so it ended up just being like some stuff. I mean, there were still things that went like low, but like compared to some of the other auctions that went on this weekend, it wasn't that bad. But I think it was just because there was less stuff in general. But next month, supposedly, they're supposed to have a big auction. Some stuff at ACM I wanted to... Yeah, what'd you get at CCY? Well, let's look at the CCY auction. I didn't even put that in the description because I didn't go and I don't have any quote-unquote reports. But I mean, with auction fish, the power of auction fish, we can just look. It wasn't a huge auction either. Can you just show? Why is it showing me stuff from other auctions? Is this CCY? Okay. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of plants going on here. So, I see Mandy went to CCY too. We got Mandy's fertilizer balls. Grow like a pro. Interesting. Iron-rich fertilizer bombs. Placed under heavy root feeders. Okay. Interesting. Might need a name. I might need some marketing. Mandy's fertilizer fertilizer balls. I don't know. I don't know. It's like John in the Discord talk about meat, wanting to raise rabbits for food. He's calling them meat rabbits. I'm like, man, you might have to work on the name for that one. Oh, also, let me know how the choppiness of the stream is. Got another Wi-Fi extender down here, so in theory, the stream should be rumbling at like it should be perfect on the Wi-Fi. It should be like incredible quality. Just everything's different. Suddenly, the light is on and the world has color again. You know, I'm gonna increase the bitrate. Let's see what the bitrate increase does. But yeah, let me know how that goes. Jorge said, I reached old geezer status. I pulled my hamstring last night, trying to prevent a slip and fall. Oh, please. I sprained myself dancing. So does that mean I'm old too? Injuries happen, man. Injuries happen. Also got Antinine Lorcara. Let's see. Oh, whiptail. Oh, that's a cool little whiptail. Ooh, looks like a little shark. Yeah. Now these photos are not whatever it's supposed to be. North Star Aquatics had them in stock years ago. That looked cool. Okay, let's see what this video of them look like. Ah, now that looks pretty interesting. Good pickup, good pickup. Scotty, what the hell is purring like mac and cheddar? What does that mean? You're purring? The engine's purring? What's purring? Okay. Okay. So here we are at CCY, and because of my general disposition, your stream is purring right along. Oh, okay. Yours was physical activity, mine was a simple task. I mean, I've hurt myself doing simple tasks too. Don't be too hard on yourself, old man. Because of my general disposition this stream, I'm like, okay, what the fuck? What do I even want to click on to see what it was? The ruby red swordtails, I got some of these at ACM because Val went to CCY and ACM. 6 of these for $2 is fucking insane. This is a nice swordtail. It's extremely red. They were smaller, but they're so red in the bag. And I did get some fancy red cauliflower wag whatever swordtails. I never got babies from them because I guess I had ones that couldn't reproduce what I didn't know about at the time. Like, this isn't just some random sword. Like, these are fancy swordtails, man. The ruby reds. Yeah, man. Red. What spot's got? Well, they're out of stock. That's another thing about some of the really nice swordtails. They don't come around all the time. But yeah, six of them for $2. God damn, man. Steal. Who bought them? I don't know. Bidder 168. I wish there was names to those. But yeah, we got the porthole light bearers. Oh, these at least went for 7. That's something. 6 of them. Val actually uses the quantity function. I just put the quantity in the title, but I appreciate that someone actually put the quantity of stuff on the entry, but it's so funny. I never see people using the quantity thing as much as you would expect. Who was selling the black chin line bearers? We'll take a look at that. The quote-unquote rare live bearers are so common in these areas that, like, I'm not surprised to see those in CCY go for not much, especially if it wasn't that well tended. And the black chins are kind of like that too. There's like everyone's got the black chins, it feels like. All right, so Glenn, the seller Glenn, was selling the Giardinus Metallicus, the metal live bearer. My apologies. I was going to the black chin live bearer. This is the metal live bearer, apparently. Sure. And they went for $2 to bidder 122. And the other lot of them went for $2 to bidder 164. There you go. Oh, got a lot of plants. A lot of plants. The Traucadeids, those are in every single auction. So yeah, they actually went for $2 though. It was 2 of them. I wonder if it was a big pair or something. Or I said $2. What? I'm telling. Yeah, the black chins and metal, whatever the hell, it's like, these are things that are in every auction. So if the auction isn't well attended, then they might go for a small amount because many people there might already have them, or you just know you can get them at the next auction. What's up, everybody? Black Planet in the chat. What's up, Aaron? I was just talking about how I just hatched some Uranothes. Going through some auction stuff. We're in CCY. We have koi snakeskin guppies, 3 pairs. Val has some nice snakeskin guppies. I feel like she got them originally from Dan's Fish. She buys a lot from Dan's Fish. Black chins are cool. Gold chins too. I don't know which one I'd really prefer. For some, you know what? I thought I'd get them at this point, but for some reason I've just never. Every time I think like, I don't know. I just haven't felt drawn to them. I actually really like these. I got some of these from John, but I should have gotten some from Val because John probably doesn't. Well, I know his choline is probably not as active as Val's is. But I actually like this guppy, the Japan blue gold double swords. They're really cool. They're very vibrant. The sword double swords are nice, and the gold and blue is a good contrast. I think that yellow is a pretty underrated aquarium color. It goes really well against planet tanks compared to a lot of other common fish colors, and the blue is really nice too. A group of these, 3 pairs went for $10. These were in ACM. I didn't get them. I kind of wish I did, but I do technically have this fish already. Jorge said, Nick, I might have you pick up a few next time you go to an auction. You got to pay the tax. What's up, Johnny Best? How's it going? You got to pay the tax. You got Blue Nebula Guppy Trio again from Val. Went for $4. We got a pair of Pivotato Fudge for $2. Oh my God. Every time a fish goes this cheap, it's not even like things going low for me isn't necessarily like bad because like, oh, no one made any money, but like it's bad because just when you pay so little for a living thing, unfortunately I do think it's tied that to the often to the care that thing receives, because if you get something for $2, the stakes are so low if you fuck it up. And like a pair of the Bivitatum Funge for $2 is like someone, you could just throw those into a fish blender. Like you just throw them into the blender and be like, it was $2. God damn. And ask me how I know, because I do feel like when I've gotten fish for too cheap, sometimes I'm not as careful as I should have been, at least in the past. But yeah, whew. Scotty says, I got those bid for $2. Okay, so we know they're definitely going into the fish blender then. He's setting up a rack just for flipping fish now. Holy. Toss them in with a little bit of spinach, some superfoods. Where's the kale at? Let's get a green smoothie right now. West African vibes. Okay, we got these things are in every auction too. The Metilania Sequoia Rio Bagasis, tank bred species from Costa Rica. They're kind of cool. I kind of like these. Anyways, $6 went for 2. Violet Mosaic Guppy Trio. Damn, I wish Val had put these in the ACM auction. I would have been on them because I know that hers actually look like this. The other ones in the auction, I didn't know who brought them, so I didn't know how much to trust. These went for $12, so hey man, you want some guppies to raise and just sell some money to scam some Facebook Marketplace moms or something? Go to an auction, man. Look at this. Peanuts. But $12, this is like 5 billion times the price of everything else. So I guess you can't be too mad at that. When everything's going cheap, if you at least get over $10. Aaron said this hurts. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's get some guessing going. I'm sorry. Where's the interaction at? What do you guys think in this auction of high rollers? 6 Blue Dream Shrimp with the stock photo went for. 6 Blue Dream Shrimp. These could be $5 to $7 retail. Okay. What do you think 6 of them went for in this auction? There's 2 lots of it. So get your guesses in. Johnny's guessing 15. Scotty's guessing 20. Yeah, I'm with Aaron's guessing 5. I'm with Aaron. I feel like 10 is the cap. There's no way. There's no way, right? Okay, we got 15. We got 20. We got a guess of 5. Holy. I don't know, man. I don't know. What did 6 Blue Dream Shrimp go for in this auction? About to find out. Are you guys ready? The reveal is coming soon. Aaron said, I want to know how much for Mandy's balls. Hey, yo. It was $2. Very affordable. KG guessed 30. 30. Jody guessed 7. Okay, let's... Man. Well, This lot number 39, seller BP Fish, 6 blue dream shrimp, and it went for dun 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 $7. $7 to bidder 888, which Jesus Christ, that's a lot of bidder numbers. Bidder 888, big money coming through. And let's see what the second one went for. The second one went for $9. Okay, the second one went first though. This one actually went first, so it went for $9. Then it went for $7. So Jody actually guessed exactly right, but Aaron was the next closest going on in the chat. I think these people had the most realistic. Now this I need opinions. We're gonna need a guess. And then I'm gonna need opinions because something interesting is occurring right now, in this auction and the ACM auction, which I've never seen before, personally. So we got a Cumberland slider turtle. Now there are 2 slider turtles in the ACM auction. They were fully grown, actually 20 years old, allegedly. They're being labeled as a ACM Rescues, which is the Aquarium Club of Maryland. And Jorge's already guessing $1. Okay, and allegedly they got them from a Baltimore County rescue. So like, I want everyone to guess what price you think this adult, fully grown slider turtle went for. But then also, I'm just curious opinions. Like, do turtles, or I guess reptiles in general, belong in these auctions? I mean, especially as rescues. Like, is a 20-year-old turtle, to me, the same auction where you can't even get like a nice fish to be sold for $2. It just seems like, as far as if it's a rescue, if it's just a turtle, whatever. But like, in my head, rescues, you're trying to find like a better home for them, and auctions just seem like a fucking terrible terrible idea for finding an actual good home for a 20-year-old turtle. Like, with like the same auction where you got a pair of bibs going for $2, like this turtle goes for nothing. Like, my hopes for its care. I mean, at a fish club meeting, there probably is people that can take care of a turtle and would feel obligated to bid on it, to be the one that takes it home, but still. Jorge said I would have said free, but it says sold. We got a guess of $1, $5, $3. Jody said 19. Cam said 25 cents. Johnny says 15. Johnny Best said 15. KG says 45. Optimus. Happy Columbus Day. What? Really? Don't turtles outlive humans? Most of them, I assume. All right. Now this turtle actually went for... Dun, 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 dun. It went for $10 to Amy Fish. To Amy Fish. No, wait, sorry. The seller was Amy Fish, and it went for $10 to bidder 118. And yeah, so you can see adult-sized turtle given to ACM from the Baltimore County Animal Control Agency. Please help give this beautiful turtle a new home. This turtle retails for over $100 each. It eats duckweed, great for fish and frog control in ponds, etc. So, I mean, they got 10% of the retail price. I guess that's something. But yeah, I was just curious what people thought about the whole turtle thing. To me, it just seems like a recipe for disaster for the turtle, but maybe I'm not the most educated on turtles, so who knows. Okay, we got Neolamprogris multifasciatus, 6 juveniles, and a pair of black Moscow guppies. What do you guys think this pair of black Moscow guppies went for in this auction? Our total went for 10. Okay. We got this black fish. Looks nice. Long black fins going on. Scotty's guessing 12. Jorge's guessing 2. Jorge already doesn't believe in these bidders. Barbara says 35. Oh man, this is quite the range. From 2 to 12 to 35. Man. Well, here we go. Here we freaking go. Johnny Best is guessing 10. Jody P is guessing 25. Okay, so you guys believe in the fancy guppies. That's what I'm seeing. $30, Mick says, and KG's guessing with the 6. He's scared of the 6. All right, here we go. Pair of black Moscow guppies, and actually doing almost 10. Yeah, wait, they're doing 5 times better than the pair of Aphosemium divitatum funge. The Moscow guppies sold from BP Fish went for $10 to bidder 888. Jody P said put Moscow on it, and they usually go for more. Great marketing tip. I'm just gonna start making up names for all my stuff. All right. I'm not gonna make you guys guess on the multis. I'm just gonna go in and just show that 6 of them, 6 juveniles, went for $2. Sold from Val. Luis, what's up, Luis? How's it going? The homie popped in. I still say guppies are so overrated. Jorge said WTF. All right, we got some more freaking live bearers. Lumion Tridents. Bidder 888 is buying everything that. Wait, we know who Scotty's proxy bidder is, because yeah, okay, I was right. 888 is indeed Scotty's proxy bidder. So Scotty is just getting up all these cheap ass items. He's gonna flip them in ACLC. We already know the vibe. We got 6 Lumion Tridents going on here. New product, Nick's balls. What the fuck? Oh, I need to turn on live chat because I missed some stuff. Yeah, there we go. Bro. Yeah, these went for $3 to 888. Scotty is just eating up. KG said I'm terrified of live bearers. Me too. The other lot of them went for $2. Now I think this, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that this wasn't a very well attended meeting. There was a lot of competing events going on today. Mid-Atlantic Killifish Association was meeting, and then also CCA was meeting, and they had Zenzo and the Uruguay collector speaking, and an auction with a bunch of really nice items. Mick said 12 in here, only 7 likes. Hit it, please. Libraries aren't bad, some are either frying, some are very proficient at it. Yeah. Yep. Okay, let's see what these super reds go for. 2 super reds. This lot went for 5. This lot went for 3. This lot also went for 3. Okay. The 2 common, what do those go for? They went for 2. Yeah, the libraries do take up too many tanks. Okay, 2 bristlenose calico plecos. I feel like these have been more, quote-unquote, trendy recently. If I hit it like now but end up not liking the stream, though, you can take your like away, you know. I've done it many times. I did, Jorge. There was more stuff I wanted, but proxy bidder was busy. Dude, no one wanted to... Bro, I wanted someone to proxy bid for me at CCA, but they all stopped fucking responding. Like, I hate... Dude, the people in the Discord that go to the auctions besides me and Aaron are totally useless. They don't report anything in a timely manner. You can't rely on them to even attempt a proxy bid. They're too busy buying everything for themselves. It's crazy. Aaron said, I'm rethinking when I'm bringing to ACM next. Might be a BAP-only deal. Well, this is a CCY. The next ACM auction is supposed to be really big, so it could be a good one. They stopped responding because they're getting all the good deals. I agree. Wow, toxic, Nick. I am toxic. Luis said calico. Okay, calicos are definitely making a comeback. Calicos apparently are popular again. It must be a marketing push. I think they look kind of cool, but I don't know. I just don't see. I don't really see the reawoken hype around them. But hey. Hey, Scotty, you're trying to get a proxy bidder for ACM. Yeah, I mean, you know plenty of people that go to ACM. Okay, let's see what this Utricularia vulgaris went for. The bladderwort carnivorous plant, that's $2. Okay, let's see what this Cryptothanus bivitatus Earth Star went for. $3. Oh, it got bid on. Let's go. Okay, let's see. Anything else? We'll probably move to ACM here. This doesn't say sold, so that's interesting. Whoa, what's going on, man? What's going on? They needed you at the auction. We just got 5 gifted memberships from William Justice in the chat. W's in the chat for William. Thank you very much. It's extremely generous of you. Oh, Beto got a membership. Jose got a membership. JP Jeffries, Aubrey, and Craig's Catfish Cave. Let's go. W's in the chat. Thank you, William, very much. Very generous of you. Appreciate the midday no pressure at all stream. Appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate you. Well, the pressure's on now. I mean, that could have bought you like 100 fish in this auction. I appreciate it. Cam said I got my own at the wrong time. That's hilarious. Wait, did you get a membership during the stream and I missed it? Well, thank you for the membership, Cam. And a turtle. True. Okay, 6 Parapanchex Normani. The Normani's Lampi NEC BPP. Okay. Nice little Lampi killifish. Typically not very costly. So I just can't see that these went for much. But, you know, I'll give you guys 20 seconds. What do you think 6 of these Lampi killifish went for? I bought mine a day before you gave away 15. That's hilarious. I wanted them, Scotty said. Well, Scotty wanted them, then that means that it probably went for peanuts. Wait, Scotty didn't get them. That means it went over his bid, or his proxy bidder messed up. Mick's guessing 11. Luis is guessing 12. Oh my god, I guess I'm guessing 8. Cam's guessing 14. We're gonna go to ACM after this because there's not too much to look at here. We got 10 from KG, 4 from William, Mr. 5 gifted, coming through with the guess. All right. Well, let me find this listing again. Let's see what this went for, man. Oh my god, William, you might have been the closest one so far. They went for $3 on the Lampi killifish to bidder $130. So this was, I definitely classify this, if you're hoping, Scotty said definitely in my price range. If you're hoping to, you know, just get any amount of money just as help with your spending in this auction, you'd be sorely disappointed. This was a brutal auction for sellers. It was not too many lots. There's only 87 lots. So even with the small amount of lots, there just wasn't enough competition. Luis said I might as well start going to those auctions so I could restock the store less than wholesale. Some stores actually do that. I've heard of that being a thing that occurs. I feel like I've seen the Capital Exotics guy do that at least once. But I like a PVAS all day. But he does donate to clubs quite a bit. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So, ACM, I only put in a few items. I guess we'll just see them as they come up. Barbara said, that's why I tend to buy at auctions and sell my guppies to LFS. Jesse said, Luis is not worth sitting through it all those. Yeah, you gotta do the bump. That's the problem with the auctions is, like, I'm getting burnt out from sitting. Like, I don't buy enough at them, really. It is fun, but, like, I I do think an auction every month, I'm starting to agree, an auction every month for a club is like kind of exhausting. So I am kind of happy that at least ACSM just does the swap, because then you go, you buy what you want, or you can just trade or whatever, and like you don't have to be there for 6 hours. I think that's the main issue with the auctions. It's too much of a time investment to do casually all the time. Louis said, I'd rather pay someone to do the sitting there for me. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Jody said, don't mind me taking notes from Luis. Not a bad person to copy notes from. Yeah, I think paying someone to do the bidding for you that's going to be there, especially they're going to be there already, makes a lot of sense. So I like doing proxy bidding. It's just sometimes you don't want to put that all on your friend. Now here's something interesting that's happening here. So I don't know why, but on the ACM auction, we're just seeing the prices that they sold for on the front page. So I guess we won't be able to do the guessing as much. So I guess we'll just scroll through and look at the prices all together. Louis said, Jody, I love your Hill Stream Attic self. So there was an interesting thing going on with the ACM auction, which is recently I've had disappointments with fish prices, but then plant prices and stuff, that is where I would actually get some money from. The ACM auction, a lot of plants went lower than usual. Sky said, how do you get prices on there like that? I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's causing it. Robert said, I always say hard goods, tanks, and mist stuff needs to be silent and only livestock live auctions because of time. I agree. And ACM does do the dry goods as a silent auction, which is nice. So we see a lot of low prices on plants and some decent quantities, actually, where normally the plants recently have been going higher than fish often. But we see some Eurocolon SP Vietnam went for 5. It was a pretty small bag. Some Rotala Inni. Louis said, okay, gang, my union break is over. I'll be listening and working at the shop. Hope everyone has a great week. Hope you have a good day at the store, Luis. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, we see this Rotala going for 6. We see the rare Rotala Mexicana Goyas going for 2. Not rare enough. The Limnophila Hipperodotes going for 2. Let's see, do we see bidder numbers in common? 105, 105. Okay, 105 is cleaning up some plants. 124 is cleaning up some plants. We got 3 peacock gudgeons going for $8 to bidder 124. I think Julie McCrae brought these, I believe. I recognize the photo. Yep. And if I remember correctly, these are actually descended from peacock gudgeons she got from me at auction a long time ago, if I remember correctly. Mexicali said, what item got the most money? I want to say it was a quarry. We got a group of White Cloud Mountain Minnows going for 9. We got it was just labeled a bag of guppies. It went for 106. I think it went to the same person who got the turtles in this auction, though. So, don't know if there's a connection there. Okay, this was really... the Sarah internal filter went for $4. So, they do online bidding for the dry goods, but, like, I missed or they didn't give a reminder it was about to close. Because, like, I had done my first bid, but then I would have bid higher than $4 on this filter because I like the Sarah filters. But then, like, they're like, okay, guys, the dry goods are done. I was like, God damn it. But a lot of the dry goods went pretty low. The Celebrating Cichlids book went for 15. That was the minimum to bidder number 13. Yeah, we got some heaters and stuff. Okay, a trio of the Aphosimian Australe orange went for $30. Killifish actually did okay in this auction because there's a good amount of killifish people there. Some more experienced guys. Bob was there. You know, I'm there. Steve likes killies. There's another guy in the corner. I don't know what he was bidding on. a lot of the killie. So there's a good amount of killie people here. So trio of the Australs went for 30, which isn't too bad. We got a BAP, so 4 of the Fundamental Pancake Gardner IP82, they're fry. They went for $14, which is pretty decent. So we're already, like, for the fish at least, like, some of the same fish that were in the last one will be in this one, so we'll be able to compare. Did Val bring these? Yeah. So she got $6 for the Nebula Guppies here, slightly more. Nick, I should have had you proxy bid on one of those P82s. Ah, man. Oh, man. Okay, we got Koi Snakeskin Guppies, 2 pairs. Now, this is going to be pretty... This is brutal for Val. She got $8. There's other Koi Skin Guppies in this auction, and they went for more, and we'll see why. The Aquascaping Scissors and Tank Scraper. This went for $11. And actually, I have some photos of the auction that I'll bring up at some point. Dang, my guppies look like they came from the street in comparison. Aaron said, I thought I told you they were in their SVC. I think you did. Did you pick anything up at the auction? I did. I did, actually. You'll actually see it in a second. I have at ACM, I have a very distinct bidder number. It's kind of, it's hard for me to bid, like, discreetly at ACM. Just the attention drawn to me. Because my bidder number is so obviously me. People pick up on what I'm bidding on that day pretty quickly. So I got the 6 of the ruby red sword tails. I got 6 of them for $10. And you can see my bidder number is 63-B. So it's pretty like, I don't know why it is that I have 63 and there's -B. It's something when they're first setting it up, like, for some reason this occurred, but it just makes it very obvious it's me when I'm on here or when I'm bidding on something. Then the same blue Japan blue gold double sword guppies, the 6, they went for $5 here. I think they actually went for more elsewhere. Here's one of the higher number items, and again, I think that I don't know how long it's gonna last, but for right now, Corys are the #1 way to actually get some amount of money at the auctions, if you care about that. The Aspidoris Spilatus C125 Juvenile Group 6. What do you guys think this went for? I don't think I showed you the price already, but if a bunch of people guess the exact price, they'll know I did, but I think I had it cut off. So what do you guys think this group of Aspidoris, kind of a less common, small, tiny little Cory, came in at? Jeffro said all the Corys are going up. Yeah, I've seen people hyping the orange Venezuelans recently. And in this auction, we have some orange Venezuelans that were imported, actually. We got a guess of 50 from Jody. Jeffro said 78. KG said 60. Mikim said $38. Let's see what these went for, actually. And going down, they went for $35 to bidder 71. Now, I will say, PVAS all day auction had some Aspidoras. This is definitely another fish where it's like around, I want to say like Carrie Tolva breeds them in PA. This is definitely a fish a lot of people locally might have more than in other areas. But yeah, Mick was the closest with $38 to the 35. But that's just another thing to keep in mind. Like, some of this stuff is just, you know, it's around. It's around. Okay, here we go. So we got a BAP of Apisemium bivitatum funge. Barbara said, I love Aspidoras, $35. Yep. We got 4 of them. So these are going to be fry or juveniles because they're BAP. So 4 of them. They went for $12. So again, it's knowing things can go different ways, different auctions. I would say ACM was a bit more killifish friendly depending on who's there sometimes, because there's been some brutal times. But clearly, you know, for this weekend, CCY it was $2 for a pair, and here we got 12 for 4 juveniles. So the luck of the draw, man. It can go different ways. And I think that Val had these too. So yeah, it's still a steal, Mick. It's still pretty low price, but it's funny because Val was in both CCY and this auction, so we can compare what her items went in each one. Barbara said, "Wish I'd been there." Yeah. All right, here we go. This might be a fun one for you guys. We got some black lace guppies, a pair plus fry. I will say there are at least 2 people that were clearly there to bid on guppies that day. So it's not a $2 one, but it still might not be as high as you guys are going to guess. Let's do a quick guess here. I'm not going to wait too long, so throw in what you think a pair of black lace guppies went for. I don't even know if, like, the problem with all the names like this, if you look it up, like, am I going to get that? Like, I don't know what people are selling it for. Yeah. We got a -10. You never know. I got 2 albino longfin and bristle nose for 6 last meeting. Exactly. You just never know. Mick said 26. William said 6. Bar said, you know, Mick is kind of killing it the last 2 guesses, because this went for $25. $25 for the pair and fry. All things considered, not too bad. It could definitely be worse. It's beautiful, and I don't like red ones. All right, this might be hard for you people that don't know that much about terrestrial isopods, but also it didn't go for the price that maybe it could have. Magic potions, 12 of them. These actually went for $8. And there's more than 12 for sure. So this is relatively low, and it was actually going to go for $2. I bid on it because it's like $2. Shit, I'll take 12 of them for $2. I bid it up to 8. I wasn't gonna go in a war about it, but man, $2. I'd bid against 12 of them. I had them already, but why not have more? Barbara said, I gotta go to an appointment. See you guys later. Thanks for stopping by, Barbara. Similarly, another really nice terrestrial isopod, the Maple BCs, Onychus Ocellus. 12 of them went for $12. Both of them to 36-2. Someone that clearly understands that this was an absolute bargain. Okay, we got 4 male rainbow tigler endlers. I do not really like endlers that much. These actually did look pretty nice in the bag, but they were all male, so I was like, eh. But regardless, they went for $2. You could have added the isopods to your collection, Aaron. Yep, you could have. You could have. 1 Apocymian Australia female went for 2. The Epiplies Degate Monrovier trio went for 5. I actually picked those up because I haven't done them yet. Everyone else around here's breeding them, so I had an empty tin. I had an empty tin that was holding some cribs I was growing, and they were big enough, so I put them with the rest of the colony, and I've been clearing that tin out. And yeah, I put them in there, so I got the trio for 5. 63-B, that's me. The trout Gadaids went for 10 again, 6 juveniles. It's actually not too bad, honestly. The rusty cichlid, these guys just, it's like they're in every single ACM auction. It feels like $2 every single time. Nothing different here. Group of white cloud mountain minnows, BAP cares that went for $13 to 132. The Fundal of Panchax Gardnerite Gold. Now, was this the one? Yeah, this was a breeding group. 1 male, 4 females. If I didn't already have this fish, I would have considered it. It went for $11. That was a pretty fucking big steal, in my opinion. The stores still sell these. Like, retail for the gold Gardnerite is still relatively high. 1 male and a group of females, like, they didn't seem that old. Ah, Ada, why are you trying to attack me right now? My cat. But yeah, that was pretty wild. Then we, for some reason, 6 fry went for $20 of the Fundle of Panchix Garden Rat Gold. So I don't really know what's going on. What time did what one went first? Okay, this one went at 3:53. Okay. So the fry went first, and then the adults went later and went lower than the fry. Wild. But the timing's everything. Also, shout out to Auction Fish for being a usable site where we can go see what everything went for, even see the time that it was marked as closed, whereas my group auctions is fucking horrendous, unusable, and useless to everyone. I'm gonna continue pushing the anti-my group auctions agenda. That shit is garbage. Like, not even just for the purposes of our stream, but just for actually using it for photos that are viewable. Like on my group auctions, you can't even see the damn photos. They're too small. They're actually too small to see. If I tried to zoom in, like, it doesn't even let me zoom in on the previews for my group auctions, because it actually maxes out my computer zooming in ability. Like, look at this. This is as much as I can zoom in. Hey, what are you... Ada's, like, actually attacking me right now. Bro, what do you want? Oh my gosh. Sky said I would have bought the fry and the breeding groups. Those were steals. Yes, indeed. So this is my group auctions, just for comparison. This is the JRAS. Is this actually happening today? My group auction is better than no online platform. I guess that's true. I guess. It's technically true. But it's actually horrendous. My God. I mean, my eyes are just hurting already. This is as much, and then I can't even click on the photos to, like, make them bigger, and I can't click on the individual listings. The description has to be in the title. Like, it's just so much going on here. But anyways, me being a hater aside. Also, is my group auctions free, or do you actually have to pay to use it? Okay, we got Magenta Mystery Snail, 6 juveniles for 2. We got Guppy Grass for 5. Okay, got some dry goods stuff. Also, we still good? Has the stream been choppy at all, or has it been improved? Hopefully it's been improved. On my end, it seems like it's been improved. But, okay. Some amount of it is YouTube, too, because I've been having issues just watching live streams on YouTube. Okay. We got a 10-gallon tank for $10. Remember this one, because some of the tank stuff. If you're trying to sell a tank, don't take it to an auction. If you actually want money from it, okay? My group auctions suggest a $100 donation a year. Yeah. I'm gonna have to work harder. Okay, we got a calico bristlenose pleco. I don't really know what makes something a calico, but I guess apparently this is technically a calico. $4 for that. $4 for this other one. We got Aquatic Arts Botanical Breeder Combo, $5. This was an interesting one. Poecilia sphenops. I forget. This is from a Carl Trocho. I can't even talk right now. This is from Carl's line. I know that he's, like, very well known for his lines of live birds like this. This says the adults were approximately 4 inches and an amazing black velvet coloration. All that regardless, it went for $10. Probably should have been higher. I don't know too much about them, but by reputation, they looked fancy to me. We got an Aqueon rimless 5-gallon tank, sold for $5. It looked all right. I mean, it was pretty dirty, but it's a rimless 5-gallon tank. Someone did say, is it technically rimless if it has a rim on the bottom? Sky said your video lagged a couple times, but not the audio. Okay, fantastic. The red ear slider turtle. This one went for $5, so this is just like the other ones. I went for $5. We got a large crypt for $2. I don't remember what this looked like, but yeah, the plants were going lower. Now the multis actually did better over here. Neolamprogus multifasciatus 6 juveniles for $10. The bidder's 93. And then the other turtle also went for $5 to the same person. No one was bidding on the turtles. It was just the same person got them both, and there was no fight on that. So this was funny. I almost bid on this just so I could have it to trade, but I didn't have enough space in my car. But this 38-gallon tank with the lid and this tank stand for it, this nice wooden tank stand for it, they actually got no bids. They actually got no bids. Jesse said anything aquatic should be allowed. Yeah, you would say that. You would say that. I think anything aquatic should be allowed. My question was more, is it a good strategy for something that's a rescue? Like, you're not going to put a monster fish or something you know needs a big tank or something in an auction with just no minimum most of the time. Like, if you actually care about it going somewhere nice, I don't think that you would do that. Yeah, so this 38-gallon with the wooden tank stand, 38-gallon actually looks really nice in person, like it's a nice dimension. They had to beg people to take it at the end. They're like, please, can someone take this? It'll be free. And then someone happened to take it. I almost did, but I just wasn't sure if I could fit it in my car. So probably for the best I didn't. But yeah, they had to actually beg people to take this. So just keep in mind the 10-gallon went for $10. The 38-gallon with stand, they had to ask someone to take it. So just said no, not at all. It's rare to find someone who wants an adult turtle. They buy the babies because they're cute, then grow up, and people lose interest. Indeed. I agree. And that's more what I was saying. Scotty said if I was there, I would have fit it in my car by taking it in a heartbeat. Jesse said stands shouldn't be in auction. Wait, why should stands be in the auction? I mean, the tank was listed separately at least. Nick needs a minivan. Yeah. I drove quite a bit to trade some fish for a 28-gallon lowboy. Because I was like, I was already going that direction. I was like, I'll bring it back here and then I can trade the lowboy with someone that wants it that couldn't drive that far. I should have done the same thing with this tank. But again, I just didn't feel like trying to fit it in my car because I was already picking up some other stuff from someone else there that was taking up space. We got hardware. We got all this flake and stuff going for $2. We got 2 glow tetras went for $10. Mick said, what? You said anything aquatic related. Jess said, how often do they get bought? Anyone at the club will have racks? I don't think that's true. There's some, at least in some clubs, there are varying levels of fish enthusiasts. Some people don't have racks. Some people have less tanks. Some people, like, they're the first thing when they get a tank is like, I need a stand for it. So, all right, we got some crazy bot in the chat. This is wild. 2 million carat treasures de Brazil original like, this is wild. I haven't seen this one. We must be doing something right. That's gonna be a timeout forever. How do I even... Oh, hide user on this channel. Yeah, let me do that. Okay. User's messages will be hidden. Okay. 4 glowfish. These ones look more hideous. Those went for $8. We got some ram's horns, pink ram's horns for $2. Guppies for $2. For Tyler Macranda. Butterfly for $4. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'll have to bring this up in a second, but So for this meeting, the aquatic clarity guy was talking, and guys, I made it into a slide deck. Okay, I don't know how it happened, but I'll have to show you guys that in a second. We on the bot map. Let's go. Yeah, the bots are coming through. The stream must be getting lit. Hardest working. This Myrophilium, heterophyllum, Steve. It was a big bunch. Looked really nice. Very needly bushy plant. I actually got one of them. Yeah, $3. $3 or $4 for this. The Hygrophila corymbosa. This came from Steve too. Really cool looking plant. Looks a lot different than a lot of aquatic plants. This bunch went for $7. Was it this? Jorge said, was it the slide of how not to do? No, it wasn't. This bunch of Rotala went for $8. This Limnophila hyperodoides went for $6. This there was some debate about what this plant actually was. He said it was sold to him as Pogostegmon yadabenus. To everyone else, it kind of looks like a bacopa, but I mean, what does this? Let me look up what this plant's supposed to look like. Yeah, I'm gonna say they sold them to it as the wrong thing. I'm just gonna say. Yeah, I got the bunch of biofilm that was $2, 63-B. KJ said Yadabenus, what a name. Yeah, what a name. The Hygrophila triflora, I have some of this. I think Hygrophila might be my new go-to stem plant that I put everywhere, just because it's not fine enough where I feel like a bunch of stuff is going to lay their eggs in it instead of the mop, but it's like bushy and compact enough that it gives good cover, you know? It gives good cover, so I'm incorporating this into my strategy. Black Planet says it looks like Yadabenus, but not that much. Mick says look like a bacopa to me. I agree. We got this philodendron Birkin. Get your girl a Birkin, the affordable kind. It's a plant. $9, 36-2. Pick that up. Lucky Bamboo, that went for $6. Live Sphagnum Moss went for $10. I was interested, but not for over 10. This Alocasia SP Bambino went for $6. It wasn't that big. This is a reference photo. This guy said running in depot will catch up on double time when I get out. Okay. Mixed it hard to say from only one pick sometimes, yeah. This Monstera Adonsoni went for $14. Cool Swiss cheese plant. This one was kind of interesting. Begonia Amphioxus looks kind of cool. I'm looking for terrarium plants. I'm trying to step up my terrarium game, you know. I didn't get this one, but that went for $14. Black green guppy pear. These went for $5. The bidder $13. Nice bunch of Christmas moss. The moss prices have been really coming down. I feel like when I first started going to these auctions, moss would like go crazy, like a big bunch of moss. Like people would bid that up all day. Now these days, even a nice amount of moss feels like it has a hard cap on how much people are willing to spend on it. But a decent amount of moss went for $6. Okay, we got the premium grade koi snakeskin guppies. This one went for $6, and this one went for $10. But then this one went for $30. Let's see. Sometimes. Now, was this one first? That's what we have to see. Let's see. The $30 one went at $331, and this one went at $350. And this one went at $416. So yeah, I mean, does your item have enough demand? There are 4 lots of these in the auction, and the first one is what got bid up to $30, and after that it was pretty much peanuts. Now, there's sometimes I've waited past the first one to try, oh yeah, the next ones will be cheaper. It doesn't always go that way. Sometimes the later ones are more expensive because people are like, oh wait, this is the last chance. But yeah, it's like, how much demand is there really for your item? It might be better just to have 1 or 2 lots of this if you don't think it can sustain demand over 3 listings. But that's only if you care about trying to maximize the lot prices. But consistently so far today, we've seen that the first lots to go go for the highest. So I actually picked up one of these crayfish speculatively. I just thought it was cool. I put it in the 75, $10. Some big electric blue crayfish bred by Abdullah. I might just have to hit him up personally, ask him, hey, do you have another one? I gotta sex this. I actually got this other Monstera at Donsai for $12. I wanted to grow out the back of the tank situation for the 75, so I went ahead and grabbed it. I just thought it was kind of a nicer looking plant, you know, something different throw in there. We got these imported wild-caught orange Venezuelan cories, and this shows exactly what I was just talking about, because this one went first, and it went for $26 for 5 of them. But then everyone was like, wait, what? What are they? Like, they're imported? What does that mean? Those questions kind of got answered in the first one. Like, oh, they're wild caught. So, like, sometimes the first listing, people either missed it or they're reminded, like, oh, shit, I should have looked at the bag. So then there was another bag left. People went to go look at it. They also realized, oh, wait, these are wild caught, like, from where, you know, wherever. You know, this are things that made it more valuable to people that they learned after the first one. So then the second one actually did go higher because it was people's last chance, and it went for $40. So you could sometimes people aren't paying attention or the listing's bad and information isn't clear, the first lot can be lower than one that goes later. Only if it's but I do think if there's 3 lots of these, that might not have been the case. But it's just something interesting. We got some platinum yellow tiger guppy from Dan's Fish, went for $2. The Dan's Fish name did not do enough. Let's see. I hate that the ones that are out of stock, I can't, like, what did you sell it for when it was in stock? I have to log in order to see that. Like, but anyways, I bet it wasn't $2. Okay, this platinum yellow tiger guppy from Dan's Fish went for $12. So let's see which one went first. I think we're gonna have our answer. Yeah, the $2 one went at $4.31. Yep, and the $12 one went at $3.09, so quite a bit earlier. These purple mosaic guppies, one went for $7, one went for $12. A decent size gourami Tripodus leary. Is this the pearl? Jerry said they're previously $2.99 on Dan's. Thank you for that. A pretty large pearl gourami went for $3. Cryptocorn parva, $5. I know those ended up. All the parva listings went for $5. 2 of them to the same person. We got Ecuadorus A Flame rare. The minimum was 10, and it went for 10. This is from Andrew. Cool dude. We got this. No one knew what this was exactly, and there wasn't a photo, which I think did hurt the listing. I think every time you don't put a photo or some kind of description on something where not everyone, because even if the bidder knows what it is, even if the auctioneer knows what it is, you still want to provide information that potential bidders can know what it is and what it looks like. Yeah, this Leonarda Maboldi Bleeding Heart, no one kind of knew what it was, so I think the minimum was 8, and that's what it went for. It went for 8, but it seemed like perhaps it could have been a fancier plant, but just no one really, it was fancy enough where no one knew what it was. Jody says, I have that Lagandra, very nice. Is $8 a good deal for cutting of it? I don't remember how big it was. But yeah, it went for 8. We got Dwarf Red Tiger Lotus, that went for 6, and then the other, the Bleeding Heart, went for 8. Then the Dwarf Red Tiger Lotus went for 9. This group went earlier, the White Clouds, it went for 18. The Myrofilum Roraima went for 5. Man, these fertilizer balls coming up compared to CCY. I went for 3 instead of the 2. Lotus Pods 3-pack with, had a $6 minimum, but it had no bids. There are some funny minimums in some of the dry goods. Yeah, I could see a $6 minimum not working. This Azola and Pricata went for $3. Jody said you can get it in a pot for $9. Well, there you go. I saw this in PVAS, but they wouldn't let it go up because it was on the noxious weeds list. I don't really know how that works, but yeah, this went for $3. This oyster plant went for $5. I did bid on it, but clearly I wasn't willing to go for $5. That's how cheap I am. This cream edge Plectranthus went for $3. Oh yeah, the Zoomed cavern kit with excavator, that went for $10. Now we're talking the big money. Now we're talking. 3D printed plastic cave sinking went for $2. Aqua unlighted 10-gallon lid cord missing, $2. Okay, this is all the dry goods stuff. Yo, I got some big money here. So one of my first listings to come up since we've been watching on the stream, I got red root floaters. These went for $7. Let's go. Let's freaking go. I did leave this auction positive for once. I did not spend more than I sold. I left with $28. I know. I'm pretty much rolling in it. This is my lot of 10 yellow gold-backed Neocaridina. We haven't gotten a guess in a while. What do you guys think these 10 yellow Caridina went for? It was technically a BAP. What do you guys think? Put your guesses in. This is my line of occasionally cold shrimp. Come on. Williams said making bank. Yeah, that's right. One shrimp at a time. William guessing 17 for the 10 shrimp. Jody said I'd never leave an auction in the positive. It was only recently that I stopped leaving in the positive. Before that, I usually did. But if you bring enough, sometimes you just gotta bring a shit ton, you know? Even if everything goes for 2, if you bring like 100 items, then you're still golden, right? But I mean, if you bid on fireball quarries all day, then yeah, you're never leaving in the positive. We got, okay, so guess at 17, I guess at 12, $30 that they were Coles, William said. Yeah, that's the PFAS logic. Jody said I'm too much of an addict. At least the first step to recovery is admitting you're an addict, right? That's the thing. All right, let's see how much the 20 yellow shrimp went for. Okay, I gotta look at that thing I just got. Buy more fish is the first step. Well, these 20 shrimp actually went for $20. $2 a shrimp. Can't be too mad at that. We got... Okay, I bapped my Beta Rubra fry. These were super small. But there wasn't any interest in them. Regardless, they were literally the last item in the auction though. So that probably didn't help. But my 4 tiny little fry went for $20. So again, it could be worse. It could be much, much worse. Similarly, I bapped 4 of my triple red Kakatoris fry. They went for $26. They actually weren't super small. They're decent size. $26. There wasn't too much interest. The Nanochromis transvestitis I think went for like 20, 25, and the other lot went for 30. So again, I think the prices would have been pretty similar to some of the other clubs if there was more lots of stuff like that. But there just wasn't that much to bid on. So yeah, we got... If you're under fish for BAP and it doesn't sell, do you get BAP points? Yes. So when I BAP things I actually don't want to sell, I'm probably just going to make a super high minimum But yeah, here we see the Nanochromis transvestitis. I think there's 4 or 5 in each bag. One went for 30, one for 25. Pretty good deals. The Aquatic Clarity guy was there, so he was definitely like, damn, I sell them for however many a pair, you know. Steve been making a killing with the red lizard whiptails. Even though they're like smaller and a lot of stuff goes low at some auctions, his whiptails seem to be consistently making at least some money. So I think it's like 2 in each bag. This lot went for 20, this one went for 22, and this one went for 35, which is pretty crazy. I think that's pushing above retail in some instances, depending on where you get them from. This lot of my 10 yellow shrimp went for 22 bucks, so about the same as the last one. We got some pretty uncommon killifish in here. Aphosimian Riggenbacke in Dokama from Chris Diaz. The same guy bought both of them. One for 30, one for 25, which was the minimum at 25. We got some more guppies. We got some more plants for 2. And that's pretty much the end of the ACM auction. Now, I made it into the Aquatic Clarity talk. I know everyone is like, what's going on? I don't believe that this is true. Why would you be in the aquatic? Well, let me just like show you what I'm talking about. Okay? Hold up. I'm not lying. This is not a meme. I was in the slide deck. So I got there late, as usual. So I only saw the last 30 minutes of his talk. Right? Who knows? I could have been in the rest of the talk and never would have known. But I was sitting down, writing my lot numbers on my bags, you know, doing my usual last minute adding photos. And I'm going to put a photo on the screen in a second. So you can see the guy on the left, that's the speaker there. Mr. Aquatic Clarity himself, talking to the room. Decent attendance. There's definitely some attrition after the talk was done for sure. So I think people were definitely there to see him talk. But for those who are very familiar with the stream, I don't know if you're like me, but I was sitting down and I look up and I see this slide and I did a double take. I'm like, yo, so I'm like, yo, hit that enhance right now. Like, there's no way that the person that made the slide deck, like, no. So I hit the enhance. And this is when he's talking about acclimation. Which he actually had an interesting note on acclimation, which I also agree with, which is basically he doesn't drip acclimate anything. He just dumps it into the tank, which I've been doing a lot of. I did that with all the Caridina shrimp, and they've been doing great. I pretty much don't believe in drip acclimation at this point. Apparently this guy doesn't either. But he was talking about acclimation, and the photo here, I was like, man, it's like a bag. This is a fantastic photo for an acclimation slide. I mean, yeah, fish in the bag, sitting on the table at a perfect angle. I mean, the framing of this photo is beautiful. The lighting is incredible. You got the tanks in the background. Like, this is the great photo selection for an acclimation slide. But I was like, there's no way that, like, I kind of recognize this photo. And I had to think back 8 months, which is hard for me because my memory is terrible. But yeah, 8 months ago, we did a stream on here called Unbagging New Massive Aquatic Isopods with some other stuff in there. That was when we got the Conrad's Fish Aquapods LLC isopods in, and as you can see, it is the exact same photo. This is from when I had my table in the room back in the day. As you can see, it's the same photo. I just am impressed that they've even found this thumbnail from 8 months ago to include in the slide. I think that was an excellent choice. As an incredible photo. Great. One of the best thumbnails I've done. And that live stream actually almost has 1,000 views, which is unusual for my live streams. But just goes to show the isopod agenda is strong. Anything isopod related, the agenda pops out, the support. But yeah, no, I'm not like upset. I'm happy. I'm like, let's go. My photo made it into the damn presentation. I'm pretty stoked about it. So that was just that was just a funny little thing I did not expect at the meeting to see a thumbnail from a live stream for 8 months ago being used in the talk for the day. But there you go. So shout out to Aquatic Clarity, one of our favorite sites to look at on here, for sure. It's got some awesome fish, so shout out to them. I'm just happy that, you know, someone knew a good photo for an acclamation slide when they saw it. Let me see if there's any other interesting notes from his talk that I wrote down that you guys would be interested to hear. I did ask a few questions at the end, but nothing crazy. Think back to when you stole this photo. I did not steal the photo, William. That is in my room. Okay, that's my photo. Just because I don't get a little bit of credit for it doesn't mean it's not mine. Okay. So, notes from the talk. I only wrote down a couple. So one thing that he emphasized, the Aquatic Clarity guy, and I'll put the link to Aquatic Clarity in the chat just so people that don't know what I'm talking about, but someone that brings in fish and sells them. So one thing interesting, he said he doesn't deal with import licenses and stuff, so he's all dealing with transshipping, so he doesn't have to deal with the licenses and things. So I thought that was interesting, just because I did at one point apply to an import license I never used. William said you should hit him up for the royalties. No, I think that's fine. So I thought that was interesting. Another thing he said, just to emphasize, like, some of the places the fish are coming from got no infrastructure, so like with the wild caught stuff, that's a big part of the price. But also, if you think that the airport like BWI or something loses your package, imagine what a place with no infrastructure and proper organization, how often they might lose your package. And like even just the shipping materials, like one place he brings in fish from, he was saying, doesn't even have like a styrofoam manufacturer or anything, so they just are using all sorts of makeshift packing materials, rubber bands that they cut out of inner tubes, and like tires and stuff, like, so a lot of things we take for granted. That was one thing interesting that he mentioned there. Some people, he said, they don't have like a fish list necessarily, but like you send them a list of the fish you're looking for, and they'll go out and like try and catch it. By try and catch it, it's basically just get a net, go through the entire waterway, and just like hope that they get it. But basically, just a lot about how collecting fish isn't an exact science, and how it's really not always that easy to just be like, oh, the fish, I know the fish is here, like I'm gonna catch that exact fish. Like, it's not even always that easy. Or just in seasonal changes, like some places when the water's higher, that you're not going to get the fish as much because it's harder to catch them. He's like, imagine how hard it is to catch some fish in like a fish tank. Now imagine like all these roots and leaves and this deep water. Like it can be difficult sometimes. So some of the stuff he's talking about with that was kind of interesting. He did talk about quarantine a lot. He's one of on the team of don't over medicate, so he says he doesn't treat fish unless he sees something wrong with them. So kind of what we hear Dan's Fish has more been on, so quarantine them for a few weeks and does not treat them unless something weird is going on. One thing he mentioned is something I've been figuring out. I talked about that with my Congo tetras. He said he noticed a big improvement with some dwarf cichlids when he started putting sand on the bottom, so not doing bare bottom tanks for quarantine, because the reflection stresses them out and things like that, which I definitely noticed. So that was an interesting thing. Just like, yeah, some fish, a little bit of sand on the bottom, like get rid of that reflection, is really useful. But yeah, also interesting on the medication thing. I think his go-to medications were just things we've all heard of, Prazipro, Metroplex, Redic, which London Town says Reddick works a lot better for them than ICX2, which is interesting. So similar products. I think the ingredients are slightly different. You know what? We're here, right? I can just look up Reddick ingredients. Okay. Someone in the chat's gonna be like, I know them right now. I know all the differences between them right now. Okay, because ICX has in it, let me see, what is it? Formaldehyde, methanol, malachite green, chloride. Okay. And I think Riddick has formalin, I want to say, which would make sense why it could be stronger for some things, but also maybe not as quote-unquote safe as I could be wrong. Let's see. Well, formaldehyde is that formalin. You know what? I'm just gonna read the words, and you guys just do the interpretation. All right? Maybe they're the exact same. Okay, so it also is formaldehyde and malachite green, but I think it looks like it's different percentages. So it looks like ICX just has less. Just has a less. Yeah, ICX looks like it's 5% something formaldehyde, and Reddick is like 11%. So that may be the difference that we're looking for. Okay, regardless of the medication situation. Anything else that he said? No, I mean, I think that was the main stuff that kind of stood out to me. At least what I made it to. Excuse me. Goodness. All right. How we doing? Everyone hanging in there? What is going on? The newts are like going crazy right now. I don't know what's up with them. They're all over the place. They still have not successfully ate a shrimp, that I can tell. If I watch the newts all day, it's basically them trying to eat stuff and failing all the time. Oh, okay, William. So we chilling. Fishcapade said, I'm hanging. Okay, we're chilling out. Show the newts. Yeah, I'm gonna put the newts on the screen in a little bit. I need to charge my phone, then we'll do some phone to camera stuff, we'll do some breeding report stuff. I got one seller's report from CCA. So we haven't gone over anything from CCA yet. So I'll throw that on the screen. You know. I do have to run to the post office. So there is a little bit of a time crunch happening here. It's probably around 3. But I may stream again later. I just may. It depends on what kind of stream you guys want. It depends. If you'll take anything, then I might stream again later. If you want something specific, it depends on what it is. Okay. We got one seller's report. Just a couple items from CCA. They do stuff like more like cash based, so like I guess it doesn't leave a record of like the buyer's report really, which is kind of weird. So actually I wasn't able to get as much like just straight up reports from that auction. We are picky or hard to please in the stream department. Oh brother. Post office closed, ain't it? Oh wait, is it? Fuck, someone did say it was Columbus Day. Yeah, you're probably right. No shit. I guess I got nothing to do. Well, okay. I do still have things to do, but yeah. We just want to listen to you, yeah. Well, I have, let's see. Stream standards low. Okay. Calm down. This is like all the people. So, if you guys didn't watch, the last stream we did was a certified banger. We did a stream with Corey, Little Brown Frogs. Corey's Little Brown Frogs. And everyone seemed to really like Corey. I mean, I thought Corey was cool, you know, whatever. But no, everyone was like raving about Corey. I got many messages. People like, wow, this is like the best stream you ever did, kind of a thing. I'm like, damn. So like, what have you guys thought of the streams this far? But yeah, we did a stream with Corey, and it was a lot of fun. And I knew it would be fun because I talked to Corey, and I talked to her in real life. We have good chats and stuff, so I knew we'd have a good time. I bring that up just because of the standards thing, but also Guapa, the organization that Corey is president of, is having a meeting this weekend. The Greater Washington Plant Association is having a meeting. They still have slots open if you want to get that custom water box 2-gallon that they're going to use in the workshop. So if you remember, $60. If you're a non-member, $85. You get a custom 2-gallon water box aquarium that we see right here. And they're going to provide all the substrate, all the plants, and things like that. I think it's a pretty nice deal, pretty sweet. And also you'll get to meet Corey and all the other super knowledgeable plant fish nerds. So I'll be there. It's the 18th. I put the website in the chat, just plugging that. They still have some slots open for the water box tank. So if you can't go, tell someone that you think would enjoy it that would go. 1 p.m. at the Weston YMCA, Sunset Hills Road, Reston, VA 20190. If you're in the area, consider stopping by. I think it'll be a good time. Again, I'll be there, and Corey will be there. So basically, you'll get the live stream you enjoyed so much in real life, right? Or at least you can pick which half you prefer. Maybe you can get Corey to actually answer a damn paludarium question. That might be really what you might want to do, because she was very avoidant of all those related questions. So for this portion, I'll just leave up the photo of the water box as we look at the seller's report or the buyer's report, whatever the hell this is, for the one CCA one that I got. What's up, Beto? No, now that I think of it, I missed the Corey stream. No, now I think of it, I probably caught it. Yeah, Corey with the E. Okay, so we have 2 lots of electro blue cars that went for 3. These were in PVAS too, though, and they went for, I think one of them went for 10 or 20. So definitely a big drop off. And then we got pearl scale koi angelfish, unsexed juvenile group of 3. Those went for $3 or $1 an angelfish. Then we got the beta rubra unsexed group of F2 juveniles. They went for 30, and at PVAS we saw that this went for 95. Then we got a group of 6 pencilfish Nanostomus beckfordi. They went for $20. So not the worst. And then 1 pearl scale koi angelfish went for $10. So just a little bit of a comparison to someone that we saw take stuff to the previous auction in the area. A little bit of a difference. I think that Saturday there was just a lot of competition for the auctions, and then we just had the Clash. We just had a lot of big auctions, the PVAS all day. So I think that on the auction front, there's some. I'm definitely fatigued. So I think that's a big part of it. I think auctions should definitely. I think there's too many auctions. I didn't agree with Aaron when he was saying this before, but man, there is a lot of auctions all the goddamn time. Now there's a lot of demand for auctions, so I think there's reason to be a decent amount of auctions, but I do think it would be interesting to do them. You know, what if we did an auction every other month? What if we did an auction, every 3 months? It could be a little bit interesting to do that. It could be, especially if you're in an area that has a lot of clubs all at once. There probably could be better coordination, unlike when everyone's doing their auctions, and then you could still go to an auction every month. but it wouldn't be like every month on Saturday there's 5 auctions to choose from within a 2-hour drive, you know. Could be, this is just an ideal world that I've created in my mind that is unrealistic, but who knows. Okay, breeding reports and fish room work needs to occur right now, briefly. I can hear cereal calling my name. I already had a bowl of cereal. Like, I'm already getting hungry for cereal again. It's crazy. Black Pine said, wait, I missed it. Who was right? I was saying that I think you're right, that right now there's too many auctions. There's too many auctions. Occur away then? Bruh. I work, yeah, occur away. Can I get my phone thing to work? Holy, I need to take a nap. I need to take a nap and then stream again later. Although apparently there's all these other streams going on later that Scotty wants to watch more than my stream. So he wanted me to stream now because he doesn't have time for me later. You see how they do to you? You see how they do to you. Oh, also this weekend ACSM is meeting in the brewery, and there's a costume contest, and I need to get a costume, so I'm gonna have to work on that. I need to post the once and halves in the Facebook. Yeah, I need to do all sorts of stuff there. But all right. Occurring away. Let me just try and get my phone camera working. Whew. You could be a pygmy Corey. That would be pretty funny. If I stream later today, it's probably going to be a stream where I can sit down and just pull up stuff on the computer lazily, because I'm probably going to be so tired. I did have some I wanted to go over, like, here's how you could private label some food, and then, like, go through the website and stuff like that. Fish cabbage just hovering around, lurking on peeps. There is some fish to look up. We haven't looked up all the fish that have been updated on the list recently, but I don't know. I'm still recovering. That's the problem. But if not today, tomorrow, there's always tomorrow. Because, man, hardest working fish stream. So, I need to move the Northos. So those are the ones, they lay eggs in the peat. You collect the eggs, you dry them out. Well, not really dry them out, but you keep them moist in like a bag or something for months. So I collected these actually a while, probably a little longer ago than maybe it should have been. Like, it was been a while. I wasn't sure how it would go. I poured water in it, and 24 hours later, there's baby fish in that water. And I got the cup here, actually. They're in this little tray, and I need to move them actually now. So I knew that I'd be out and about quite a lot, so I didn't want to put like a powdered food in there, because I just didn't want to have to worry about the water quality. So I actually took a turkey baster of water from one of the isopod tanks, with all sorts of seed shrimp and stuff in it, and just small things they could eat, and I put that in here. And it actually seems like they've been eating them, because I could see their stomachs aren't empty. And I also see an isopod in here, so there you go. But I don't really know how many fry. I don't expect it's a ton. It's my first time. I don't think I did a good job. with the whole egg scenario, but I do see right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7. Okay, so there's enough to BAP. 8. Oh shit, that's way more than I expected. Okay, so there's definitely enough to BAP, and then maybe I can keep them going. I need to put another thing in, but I did get some eggs from the Australibris Negaprinus. So that kind of gave me confidence getting these done. Now maybe I can get the Negaprinus going as well. They're supposed to be a easy. That's the thing. They're not really that common, but by all accounts, they seem like a relatively easy annual to breed. So I don't know if it's like just all the. I mean, all the annuals are pretty unavailable compared to most fish. But I have a pair of the Negaprinus. I got some eggs from them. I got one collection where I confirmed there was one egg in there, and I just went ahead and threw that in a bag to like, okay, in 3 months we'll see, because I think Aaron was telling me you can't always see all the eggs, just assume that they're in there. But it didn't seem like there was a ton in there. I don't know. Maybe as it dries out, I'll be able to see more. But I'm like, okay, throw in another thing. Let's get some more eggs, get those going. So not only the annuals great, just it's cool, but that's 20 points for BAP right there, baby. So listen, man, we got to close out strong. Next month could be the last chance to really BAP. So if I'm going to pull out in front in the BAP competition, I'm going to have to come crazy. I'm about to come crazy correct. And I think that we will. I held back on the BAP this auction because I felt like I don't really mind if I get a small amount of money for my fish in the auctions. But just the way that everything was going with the other auctions this weekend, I was like, look, I want to BAP like 20 things at once or whatever. Like, it's going to be a lot. I want to do that in a month where maybe 80% of them won't go for $2, you know, if I'm going to go through that much effort. And then that, in part, with the fact that I was in Pennsylvania. So yesterday I had to drive early in the morning to make it back here. I drove 2 hours to make it back here, catch like whatever things I could, then drive an hour and some change to the meeting and still be 30 minutes late. So that was also a main restriction, because I just legitimately didn't have time. You don't want to pay people to take your BAP fish? No. ACM BAP next month is going to be crazy. I got 6 entries myself. Yeah. So this is the entries next month for sure that I'll have. I think for sure that I'll have, unless something catastrophic happens. So I still got the Histatus. I should have the Sturby. I should have a couple second generations. I should have second gens of the Hill Streams, of the Peacock Gudgeons. In theory, I could do second generations of shrimp if I wanted to, if I was that desperate for points. I should have the Rivulus. I should have the Fungulus, I hope. I BAP'd. Did I BAP the Barbs? I may have forgot to BAP the Barbs at this last meeting. So maybe I got the Barbs. Yeah, I don't think I BAP'd the Barbs. I got the Barbs. I've got... Oh my god, bro. I think I got the Fundle of Panchex Garden Right Golds. Hopefully I'll have the P82s by then. That'd be nice. Like, you can see, like, there's already... I have second gen of the Drakenfelsai. I have the Orochi Black Medaka. Hopefully the Crystal Red Caradina. I could do the orange Medaka. I could do the black Neo Caradina. I could do second generation of the Scarlet Baddest if I wanted. I'm not really trying to do that many second generations, but the point is yeah, like, I'm gonna easily have over 20 lots next month. So, you know, I didn't want to do that in a month where it's already looking mid auction wise. Like, people seem pretty burnt out from it. That being said, November So look, this weekend, if you're in the area, go to the ACSM meeting, go to the Guapa Nano Tank meeting. November, we're gonna have the big ACM auction. Also, ACLC is doing their swap in November at that pet place, and that's looking pretty promising. They sold out of all the vendor slots in like seconds, and then they added 3 more slots, and those sold out in like 2 minutes. So I think the vendors will be coming expecting a good turnout. Will there be a good turnout? Probably, but if not, you can be guaranteed, I think, that there will be a lot of cool fish there. So as far as it being worth it to go there to buy fish from the swap, and then you're also in that pet place, so you can buy, it's a win-win. You can buy stuff from the store that you're in at that pet place, probably some dry goods, or if they have a fish there that wasn't in the swap, or you can buy cool stuff at the swap. So it's one of those events that it's pretty hard to regret. And that's one reason why I do like the swaps more than the auctions these days, because if you're someone like me, I can go, I don't need to be selling anything because I just want to buy what I want. But then also you can trade at the swaps too, which is fun. And it's not 6 hours. And then even better, the swap could be held at a place like a brewery, an event hall, a pet store, somewhere where it's already worth going on its own to hang out with people, walk around, and it's just like it's a nice vibe. Beto said, I found out those cribs I got were wild caught. You got the, yeah, most of the cribs that you're going to buy are going to be wild caught. Or they're going to be European bred. Like Czech Republic has some cribs. The supposed Pelvicochromis cribensis lobe that I have or from the Czech Republic. But yeah, a lot of the cribs are wild caught. You got the substellatus, I believe. Yeah, it's a nice one. So November is gonna be a good month for events too, but hopefully a bit more spaced out. Let's see if my phone camera wants to work now, because I'm trying. I want to show you guys the Northo fry. It's really cool. My first fry. But I gotta move these guys. What other breeding report update things? Well, I got eggs from the Epistos that were at the clash, but nothing seemed to come of those. They kind of just slowly disappeared over the course of a few days, so not that surprising. That maybe a first spawn wouldn't work out, but disappointing. The Nanochromis Perilius, they were on eggs, they were on wigglers. Hard to tell what happened there. I've seen them, but they're definitely more cryptic, so they could have fries somewhere. It's hard to tell. They're in a tank that's very planted up and overgrown. Oh, you got the Ralafi, my bad. The subsalad, those ones are the ones that I want, so I was projecting. Oh my god. I just realized so many things right now. Pelvicochromis. Got one of the coolest names. I'm gaining a bunch of eggs from my Congo tetras again. They look fertilized. So we're gonna find out if the problem with them hatching is me, if they're getting eaten by snails, which is definitely a possibility. Because I just found some snails in the box, so I might have to take them out and try and incubate them somewhere else if I have a snail problem in my hang-on brooder box right now. Might have to do that, but I'm hoping the Congos, I can get those going. But I'm getting a bunch of eggs again, so it's just on to me. Let's get some hatching, man. Let's get some hatching. It's a lot of weather happening right now. If you got cories, do your water changes, feed them a bunch of protein. The weather has been making the cories go crazy. SVC said he got like 100 eggs from his. I got like 50 or 60 from the stir-by the other day, so hoping a good amount of those hatch out. But if you've been waiting for your cories to spawn, now's the time. If you're on the East Coast, the weather is right. It is perfect. Now we just need the newts to do the same, right? My 2 fry that I got from the Platinum Half Beaks, I need to go into that tank and see if I can find some more. Now that I've given some time for that mom to drop some more fry. But they're still alive, they're growing fast, so I'm probably gonna move them. I set up this new rack for 10 gallons. That one there. I'm probably gonna grow a bunch of fry out in those. So I think that is probably the move. That being said, guys, I'm actually going to, I can't get my phone camera to work, so I might have to come back for proper footage of everything, and I might actually just dip now. I might actually abandon you now. This is an actual short stream. It's under 2 hours. Jesse said newts will probably need a temp drop. Yeah, the temp drop should probably just happen naturally. My tap water is going to get a lot colder. It's going to get a lot cooler in the basement, so I think the temp drop will definitely happen. But I need to go do some stuff. My camera thing's not working. I'm running out of things to talk about, but also I just need to get some things. Need to get some things done. Fish Cafe said excuses, all love. Yep, all love. It just increases the odds I'll be on later. But listen, hardest working fish stream. I took a few days off. Had to come back, give you guys a little bit in the middle of the day, because who else will? Who else cares about your entertainment that much? Who else will withstand the bullying in the Discord for me to stream? Unfortunately, the auctions just didn't provide as much as usual to go over. So that was one thing, but we'll be back. I got some guests coming up again, actually. You know what? Maybe I'll try and do that. If I can get a guest, I'll definitely would be back later tonight. But I'll try and get a guest this week. And there's a repeat guest I have in mind that I hope to bring back this week-ish. Not Corey, but another repeat guest. So yeah, I think it will end up being a good week for the hardest working fish stream. Who do we need to bully? Not me. Not me for once. But yeah, alright. Appreciate you guys. It's been fun. Big shout out to William for the 5 gifted. Very generous. I'll try and get you back later tonight or with some guests this week. Make that worth it. The 5 gifted's worth it. As far as also some members only stuff. I gotta do some members only stuff for all these new gifted members. This is new to me. So maybe if I don't come back later for everyone else, I'll do a members-only vertical stream where I walk around and just show all the secret projects, and then you guys can just beg William to gift you more memberships if you want to see it. William said, "Thanks for the stream. It was already worth it. That's why I did it." Oh, okay. Look, don't give me all heartfelt and warm inside. It's 3 p.m., man. Come on. That's very, very nice. Very nice. I'm very grateful to have a bunch of people that want to hang out and talk about fish stuff. So let me rest up, get some caffeine, get some things done, and hopefully I'll be back later tonight. But if not, tomorrow. And I'm hoping for 2 guests this week. So with that being said, let's get into it. Let's get the rest of the day done. Let's close it out. Finish strong. Hardest working fish stream in my tanks. Signing off. I am freaking... Caffeine is very important indeed. I am freaking out. I'm out. Not to the post office. The post office is closed. But who's the guest asking for a friend? Who's the guests, plural, asking for a friend? Jody, listen, keep all the inside. You have all the fun insider secrets as it is, tropical fish. I got to keep some for myself, the guests. You'll find out when the schedule hits. See you later tonight, William said. All right, see you guys. Hope you have a good one. I'm going to go get some energy drink or something that's in my tanks. And I'm out.